Sitting Bull never broke a U.S. law, and he wasn't even a citizen. But in 1881, after he surrendered to save his starving people, the U.S. government locked him up anyway, on the very land his ancestors had defended for generations. He didn't surrender because he lost. He surrendered because winter was coming, the buffalo were gone, and his people were facing starvation. He laid down his rifle not in defeat, but to keep them alive. Instead of honoring that decision, they saw an opportunity. He was labeled a prisoner of war and sent to Fort Randall, a military prison on the Missouri River. But by then, there was no war. There was no battle. There were no charges. Just the lingering fear of what he still represented. They confiscated everything, his horses, his weapons, even his ceremonial pipe. Then they locked him up under armed guard alongside his wives and children. He stayed there for nearly 2 years, without trial, without evidence, and without a sentence. The truth is, he wasn't imprisoned for what he did. He was imprisoned for what he symbolized. He represented the one thing the U.S. government couldn't control: a native man who refused to be bought, refused to be broken, and refused to disappear. He never accepted their constitution. He never agreed to their laws, and yet they used both to cage him anyway. They feared him not because he attacked, but because he survived. Not because he resisted, but because he still had influence. That's not justice. That's fear. And that's why Sitting Bull was locked up, without a trial, without a crime, and without a voice.